Lobbying is about foresight. It's about making sure you surprise them, and they don't surprise you.
이야기는 워싱턴 최고의 로비스트인 미스슬로운과 미국 총기업계를 대변하는 거대한 세력 간의 대립에 대한 서사입니다.
These rats are the real parasites on American democracy.
미스슬로운에 대한 상원 청문회가 열립니다. 그녀가 했던 로비 활동이 윤리위의 규정을 어겼다는 의혹에 대한 것이었죠.
Madeline Elizabeth Sloane.
청문회가 시작되고
Your work with Cole Kravitz and Waterman LLP on the importation of palm oil.
상원의원 스펄링은 그녀를 몰아붙이지만
So I must respectfully decline to answer your question based on my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution.
그녀는 묵비권으로 일관합니다. 3개월 전 슬로우는 콜 크래비츠 소속으로 파뮤 관세에 대한 로비를 진행 중이었습니다.
Anyway, we get 4 more senators to come out against the bill on a field trip to one of their plantations. These non-profits C3 to sponsor the travel. It's perfectly legal.
그녀는 수단과 방법을 가리지 않았고 단 한 번의 패배도 없었기에 업계 1위의 로비스트로 유명했죠. 자신만의 팀을 꾸려서 하나의 사안을 끈질기게 파고듭니다.
Know your subject, people. Failure to do so may result in the loss of a golden opportunity.
콜 크래비츠의 총기업계 대표인 빌 샌포드가 찾아옵니다. 총기 구입 시 신원 조사를 의무화하는 히트네리스 법안을 막기 위해 슬로운을 고용하고 싶어 하죠.
Constitutional fetter on the Second Amendment, which, as you said, changed the narrative. From mothers losing their kids to guns to mothers protecting their kids with guns.
여성들의 지지도가 낮았기에 슬로운의 힘을 빌려 여론을 뒤집고 싶어 합니다. 샌포드의 이야기를 들은 슬로운은 크게 웃어버립니다.
Mothers for a safer America. It is so crude. It could only have originated in a room full of old men. Take a look at the numbers and then we will proceed from there.
콜 크래비츠의 CEO인 두포는 어이가 없었습니다.
What's going on with you?
My position solidified somewhere between Columbine and Charleston.
Do you have any idea how long I've been trying to reel them in?
I work on behalf of causes I believe in. That's how I sleep at night.
이번 일을 맡지 않으면 팀원 전체를 쫓아내겠다 협박하죠.
And start getting women into guns.
Doctor, I'm fine.
Did you get any sleep at all?
These are busy times.
불면증에 시달리는 슬로우는 담당 의사의 걱정을 뒤로한 채 모금 행사에 참석합니다. 심한 워커홀릭인 그녀는 약물에 의존하여 버티는 중이었죠. 집으로 가는 슬로운에게 누군가 다가옵니다.
You from the Post? How did you get in?
Turning down a prize client because you can't accept what they stand for?
그녀는 그가 기자인 줄 알았지만 그는 히트네리스 법안을 찬성하는 측의 로비 회사인 피터슨 와이엇의 CEO 루돌프 슈미트였습니다.
What is this about?
You're pro-Heaton Harris. It's an open secret you're at war with your firm's leadership.
루돌프는 신념을 따르는 슬로운을 눈여겨보고 그녀를 영입하려 합니다.
Don't tell me you don't want to take a swing at it.
슬로운은 대답하지 않았지만 그녀의 마음속은 이미 승부욕으로 타오르고 있었죠.
Jane, look, we need a meeting.
다음 날 팀의 2인자인 팻은 그녀를 책망합니다.
Judge told me what happened with Sanford. Are you retarded?
하지만 슬로우는 다른 이야기를 꺼내죠.
Effective immediately, I am leaving Cole Kravitz and starting work as lead consultant for the Brady campaign at Peterson Wyatt. So who's with me on this?
You can't possibly win this!
팻은 거절했지만 많은 팀원들이 그녀를 따르기로 합니다.
All right, Jane. A total of 6 coming over.
하지만 제이는 거절합니다.
Your reputation might survive a move to some third-tier outfit to fight a losing battle. Mine won't.
오른팔이었던 제인이 함께 가지 않자 슬로우는 분노합니다.
If we butt heads on this, don't think I'll show you any compassion.
What troubles me is the amount of influence you had. Destroy their careers with a snap of your fingers.
그녀는 계속 묵비권을 행사했지만
You've been procuring off prescription a course of psychostimulants.
사생활까지 파고드는 집요한 질문에 평정심을 잃고 말죠.
My medication doesn't affect my judgment any more than a double espresso. Elected senators who voted on legislation while severely inebriated.
Welcome to the party.
Now you've thrown out the fifth, anyone who wants you in the ground, dedicating their creative and intellectual efforts to catching you in a lie.
If I refuse to answer,
They will throw you in jail for contempt of Congress!
She's your enemy now.
슬로운이 나간 콜 크래비츠와 샌포드 쪽은 회동을 가집니다.
She's not predictable. There's always something else going on with her.
Badgley, Michigan. We get to him.
It's a quick win.
All right. Show me some tradecraft.
피터슨 와이엇에서도 본격적인 회의를 시작하지만 에스미는 이기기 힘들 거라고 생각합니다.
Esme's our authority on gun control.
Okay, Esme, why are we gonna lose?
For every dollar Brady spends on campaign contributions, you know how much the gun lobby spends?
And that's exactly why you keep losing.
하지만 슬로우는 이미 모든 전략을 세워놨죠.
We build our own base of supporters, action aimed squarely at soliciting donations.
그리고 의원들을 공략해야 합니다.
Find out who they trust. That person to make your case. That is how we win.
퇴근하던 슬로운과 에스미는
Are you hungry?
함께 식사를 하게 됩니다.
In doing my due diligence, your resume stood out.
에스미는 학창 시절 총기 사건의 생존자였습니다.
Going public could even weaken my standing. They'll say I'm too emotional.
But if acknowledging it was the difference between winning and losing,
I'd appreciate it if you just treated me as one of the team.
Number 60 votes breaks a filibuster.
그리고 상원 의원 60명의 표가 필요한데 확정되지 않은 22명 중 16표를 잡아야 합니다. 자금력, 시간, 그리고 의원들의 표까지 모든 게 부족한 상황입니다.
And I just can't accept that we allowed it to happen.
그때 총기 사건으로 인해 법안에 대한 지지율이 상승하게 되죠.
And sure as she was born screaming.
때를 놓치지 않는 슬로우는 의원들을 포섭하기 위한 전략을 세우고
what do they got? Come on, arguments and rebuttal. We want to make it more difficult for dangerous people to buy firearms. If we can't burst this fallacy, we may as well go home.
상대를 이길 수 있는 논리를 차곡차곡 쌓아갑니다.
Pussyfooting isn't memorable. Sound bites are.
그리고 상원의원의 모금 행사에서 질의 답변을 통한 여론전을 시도합니다.
Yes, the lady in white.
Mr. Senator, you're blown.
하지만 슬로우는 차선책까지 준비했죠. 배우를 고용해
You decoyed me?
곤란한 질문을 던지고 법안에 찬성하게 만듭니다. 그녀에게 일이 아닌 것은 아무것도 중요하지 않았습니다. 기본적인 욕구조차 사람을 고용해서 해결해버리죠.
I'll be seeing you.
슬로우는 에스미를 대변인으로 세웁니다.
By a representative from the Brady campaign, Esme Manchurian.
본인은 의원들을 설득하고
Only thing you're missing is a dick.
여러 단체를 돌며 후원금을 모집합니다.
There's no better way to butter up a parent than to tell him how hot his
수단과 방법을 가리지 않고 캠페인을 진행합니다. 펫은 슬로운에게 밀리자 그녀를 도발합니다.
Live TV debate. You and me?
You can show your master what a big, tough dog you are.
그리고 슬로운은 믿기 힘든 결정을 내립니다.
Florida's preposterous.
I'm being optimistic.
총기 업계의 텃밭 플로리다를 공략하기로 합니다.
What the hell are you thinking? You're getting ready to set fire to $500,000 on some harebrained.
And I don't do harebrained.
하지만 상대편도 만만치 않았습니다. 6표를 가지고 있는 베즐리 의원을 공략하죠.
Bill Sanford's thinking about backing a new candidate. He's running against your son. Quietly recant. Protect your son. Sanford won't forget it.
그리고 이 사실을 알게 된 루돌프는 슬로운에게 알립니다.
He was on board, but he just did a 180. Can't afford to lose 7 votes. We had luck. We won't recover.
한편 슬로운이 플로리다를 선택했던 이유가 밝혀지죠.
We're not going to Florida. Turn to tab 9, please.
그녀는 새로운 정보를 노출시켜서 첩자를 색출한 것이었습니다.
He offered me partnership truck.
Good luck with that.
I'll have the place swept for tabs.
Can't believe the whole Gomez Florida thing was a ruse.
How does someone even think like that?
한편 슬로운은 베즐리 의원을 되찾기 위해 어떤 곳을 방문하는데 루돌프가 미행했습니다.
Let him in.
그녀는 도청을 이용해 베즐리 의원을 협박할 생각이었죠.
And your ex?
NSA. Cutting edge and eavesdropping. You can control its movement remotely.
Our firm has certain standards below which I am not prepared to stoop. Find another way.
말 그대로 슬로우는 다른 방법을 찾습니다.
Conducting his duties in the shadow of a giant rat.
Misunderstanding. I've always maintained that the bill is integral to public safety.
골치 아팠던 문제를 단숨에 해결해 버렸죠.
So you knew there was a leak from when? How did you know it was her?
I didn't.
You had us all watched?
그때 은밀히 만나던 남자가 갑자기 말을 걸어오고 그녀는 무시했지만 상대편에 빌미를 주게 되죠. 상대편 팩과 TV 토론이 있는 날입니다.
Please, take a seat.
Bullshit job offers to my staff?
Giant inflatable rodent.
Guns,
More or less. They should apply to all gun sales, not just some.
And it's yet another affront to Americans' constitutional rights.
The more dangerous the machinery, the more rigorous the test should be.
펫은 헌법을 보호해야 한다고 주장하지만
Nothing is unimpeachable, not even the Constitution.
슬로우는 헌법마저 부정할 수 있다며 토론을 논쟁적으로 이끌어가죠.
You're talking about the United States Constitution.
The Bible or my horoscope, it's not.
그리고 결정적인 한 방을 날립니다.
Who locked herself in a janitor's closet at Bloomington High, forced to listen as her peers were being massacred right there.
그녀는 승리를 위해 에스미를 이용하게 되죠.
I won't insult your intelligence by claiming that came out in the heat of the moment.
They won.
Responsibility to use whatever resource I have.
이기기 위해 같은 편마저 수단으로 이용해버리는 냉혹한 결정을 내리고 말았습니다.
Tonight, we'll leave them wanting more.
Affected by gun violence or what they have endured.
You're a piece of work, Elizabeth.
You liberal goody-goodies can fret over the means.
Comparing the United States Constitution to a horoscope?
This whole strategy was a shell game of the Cynthia Greens of this firm.
그녀는 사안을 일부러 크게 만들어 수많은 여성 단체들의 후원을 얻어냈습니다.
15 million from over 3 million donors, nasty.
Unbelievable.
어마어마한 성과였지만 팀원을 속이고 이용한 그녀를 루돌프는 비난합니다.
I am not your fucking opponent.
Guess I'm just a piece of work.
You pretended like we're strangers.
I grew up lying, Ford. It's a skill I would have happily traded for a normal life.
Normal's overrated.
I'm sorry, forget about tonight.
You know, we could just sit and talk.
Take the fucking money for it.
Suit yourself.
슬로운의 활약으로 승리가 가까워졌습니다.
That's 4 to go, people.
위기를 느낀 그들은 슬로운을 무너뜨리려 하죠.
I don't just want her off the campaign.
I want her career.
그들의 공격은 시작되고 이 사실을 알게 된 루돌프는 그녀에게 사내 변호사를 붙여줍니다.
Daniel Posner, head of legal.
Finally, I'm done in Illinois.
I'm sorry.
언론을 돌며 활동 중이던 에스미는 괴한에게 습격을 받게 되고
You want to take this bitch?
Ray? What?
부딪혔던 남자가 그녀를 구하게 되죠.
And was then shot dead by a civilian carrying a registered concealed firearm.
총기 규제를 외치던 사람이 그것을 반대하는 사람에게 위협을 받고 총기를 소지한 시민에 의해 구해지는 웃지 못할 상황이 벌어졌습니다.
And his aim is true.
책임을 느낀 슬로우는 에스미를 찾아갑니다.
How are you doing? I betrayed your confidence. I set you down this path. He wanted to kill me. I never know where the line is. It even crossed my mind that this was all you. I'll keep fighting away from you.
He's the kind of guy you want to have around, and some dude sticks a gun in your face. Frank McGill.
이번 사건으로 인해 여론이 반전됐고 이 기세를 몰아 그녀를 매장시키려 하죠.
I'm sure we can find a senator who maybe. Let's see how well covered her ass really is.
언론에선 그녀를 공격하기 시작하고
Okay, so it's not great.
의원들도 많이 돌아서게 되죠.
There's nothing more we can do tonight.
It'll still be on tomorrow.
상황을 반전시킬 방법이 떠오르지 않았고
Good night.
슬로우는 무너지기 직전까지 내몰립니다.
I'm surprised you picked up.
I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
그들은 슬로운을 잡기 위해 모든 것을 살펴보는데
There's gotta be something.
특히 오른팔이었던 제니를 압박합니다. 그리고 그녀는 뭔가를 찾아내죠.
What are you looking for?
She's in breach of Senate ethics rules. We can prove it.
증거를 건네받은 듀포는 상원 의원 스펄링을 찾아갑니다.
Our clients have identified you as the man to pull this off.
And leading the attack on Heaton Harris's most visible advocate?
Smaller entities with no affiliation to guns.
그리고 스펄링을 구슬려 청문회를 열게 만듭니다.
I'm taking you off the campaign.
What?
Not you, her. Right now you're lawyering up for a hearing.
이제 청문회는 가장 큰 혐의로 넘어갑니다.
Your client funded this trip as an inducement for the senator to withdraw his bill.
I wouldn't know that. I am not privy to their list of donors, nor had I any role in arranging funding for this.
제인이 찾아냈던 확실한 증거를 제시하죠.
That was submitted to the Senate Ethics Committee. Is it your handwriting?
It is.
In arranging overseas travel for a member of Congress.
All this time, the only incriminating item you have in your possession is a filing snap.
그리고 불법 감시에 대한 혐의를 제기하지만
There's no.
단호하게 부정하죠.
We have one further witness.
I wouldn't count on that.
What is this? Who's Robert Ford?
그들이 준비한 마지막 카드는 그녀가 아는 얼굴이었습니다.
The nature of your work.
I work as an escort in D.C.
Having intercourse for payment.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ford, have you ever entertained Miss Sloane as a client?
No, sir.
다행히도 그는 고객과의 관계를 밝히지 않았습니다.
These proceedings will conclude tomorrow. Sloane is referred to the Senate Ethics Committee.
We got closer than we had any right to.
사실상 법안 통과는 힘들게 됐습니다. 청문회 마지막 날이 됐습니다.
Before referring the witness's testimony to the Office of Congressional Ethics, she is entitled to make a statement.
그리고 슬로우는 최후 진술을 하게 되죠.
I have been censured by the press and by this hearing as a parasite on American democracy. I believe the Heaton-Harris bill is the right thing to do. My decision to accept was based on my desire to win. I've crossed lines with devastating consequences in the service of my obsession, far more than for any filing irregularity. When they consider the Heaton-Harris bill, I wish would follow the example set not by me, but by the group of people that sit behind me, who have made great sacrifices in the name of doing what they believe is right. But I know my wishes are wasted, and that this will never happen. Because our system is rotten. It rewards rats. These rats are the real parasites on American democracy.
I'd like to discuss my future.
Hardly the time, Cookie.
It is the time.
The fuck is this?
My resignation.
When I left Cole Kravitz, I retained an operative of mine in their ranks. A plan was hatched to bankroll a trumped-up hearing at the behest of the gun lobby.
There's gotta be something.
Till he met with a member of Congress who exhibited sufficient moral bankruptcy to collude with such a plan. Michael Sperling. Input the following address into your browser. Download a file named Earthquake.
결국 자신을 희생해서 분위기를 반전시킵니다. 그 후 법안은 통과되게 되었고 그녀는 의회 모독죄로 감옥에 gat히게 됩니다.
Here, I'm not the only one whose visits you've been refusing.
They told me it was business.
Now that the Sperling and DuPont hearings are on the schedule, I'm petitioning for an early release. Was that really worth your career?
Career suicide's not so bad when you consider the alternative is suicide by career.
I'm curious.
Your little filing snafu. Mention this to any of your team because
5 years minimum.
we'll be seeing you.
영화 미스슬로운이었습니다.